Today we're going to be talking about playing a simple composition in a beginner way, intermediate way, and a way for those of you that are advanced. Now, my name is Prashant Kumar. I've been playing tabla for 25 years. Today we're covering dha tete dha tete dha dha tete dha gitun nakata. This is a composition I personally hated for a long time. I thought it was so basic and I just couldn't see the point of it when there was much more flavorful compositions out there. In fact, I'm going to show you right now. It was the second composition I ever learned. I promised myself, here you can see it right here. This is my teacher's handwriting. I was so young. I think that right there would be my handwriting. But I promised myself I was never going to play this until, of course, one day I grew up and I got wise. And I realized that there's a lot of benefits to playing this. So I'm going to get into all of that today. Now, before I do that, there is a link in the description to a $5,000 a year tabla program that's 5 times a week. It's for those that don't want to waste time practicing things wrong and just want accelerated growth. So click the link if that's you. Now, let's take a look at this composition. All right, so like I said, if you're just starting out, play it like this. So don't worry about alternating about the baya. Don't worry about two finger tete. Just so just focus on, of course, playing the na properly. Everything just cleanly with weight and not too much extra motion. Because the more complicated you make your movements, the harder it'll be to play faster. A lot of people get frustrated, like, why can't I play faster? Probably because you've been training yourself to play very complicated movements. It's not that complicated. All right. So let's say you've been playing for 6-7 months. I would say you can now get a little bit of a taste of two finger tete. So two finger tete would also be, start with the middle finger. So it would go. So two finger tete is good because it's something that I didn't really practice till I was much later down in my tabla journey. And I encourage people starting out to at least know about it. You don't have to play it all the time. This is a great composition to integrate the two finger tete. And I know there's gharana issues and things like that, but still, I think it's important. And one of the best things about it is that you kind of want to stay in the na position. You can move a little bit, but it'll help with the flexibility and the balance of your hand. It's really important. But then let's say now you've been playing for a year or a year and a half plus, then I would finally recommend integrating the alternating baya, we'll call it that. And there's a very interesting way you can do that in this composition. So I'm going to demonstrate that. The twos in the notes, now I didn't get my notes like this originally. This is a way that I found I could work out the baya well. Two would be this, the ga, and the one would just be playing the index. And just a reminder, this is for people that have been playing for some time. So the first line would be dha tete dha tete dha. So that's the first line. So like that, just very simple with two fingers. Then on dha dha, it's two in red because it would sound good if you pulled back on the baya. You could also push forward, but the point is integrate some sort of slide. And this will be a bit challenging, but you'll see the beauty that it creates. Then on the dhagi, you'll start with the index and then the two. This will be also a bit confusing. It'll feel unnatural, but you should definitely work on this. So, and then of course you have tunnakata, which will stay the exact same. So the whole thing will go like this. So a little bit faster. Now, I know that people just starting out, they want to play fast, but learn how to play the baya properly before you do that. It'll add a lot more dimensionality to your tabla playing. And not only that, the baya is just so sweet when it comes to compositions like this. And later on, as you get better, you can even do more interesting things. For example, I personally love the sound of pulling back on the baya. You could do things like, I guess I could demonstrate one time. You could do all sorts of things where you're pulling back on the baya. You could do. So not exactly, how you'd usually play it, but I just did some interesting things where I pulled back on the baya. And this is all kind of to just illustrate the point that you can have a lot of fun even with this basic composition. Thank you.